That's the dock ranger. He's he's kicking all of them out. 2 delicious Angus cheeseburgers in the snow. The ranger, another ranger just came by and said, that's it, they're closing the road. So with the road closures, I'm stuck here and there's no way out. Welcome back everybody to another camping with Tony from AB Camping. This is a big one. This is camping down south of New Zealand, Mount Cook in winter. We're just coming over the crest now. We've got another 123 kilometers to go, about an hour and a half. I've been driving for basically just under 8 hours, but I stopped off at a motel overnight, halfway. So it's a long drive for me from home, this one, but it should be worth it. We should get some snow, some great weather, some beautiful views. We're in one of the most beautiful areas of New Zealand, the central plateau with all of the mountains where they train for Mount Everest and stuff like that, where Sir Edmund Hillary used to come to train for Everest as well before he conquered Everest. So we got an hour and a half to the campsite. We've got to stop off on the way, get some provisions. We've got a 2-night camp. It's going to be freezing cold. I think maybe lots of rain and maybe snow. So bring you back from the supermarket where we're going to get some food, get our provisions, work out what we're going to eat, and then we can move on from there. And I'll bring you back for the view of the lake as well, because Lake Tekapo, Lake Pukaki, absolutely stunning. Look at that. What a beautiful place, Lake Tekapo. Famous for having its springs here. Oh, and just like that, here comes the rain. Temperature is 7 degrees Celsius. Stunning. Right, I'm going to go and get everything I need. I'm not going to bother filming in there. People get a bit funny about that. I'm in the supermarket. Supermarket's in New Zealand because of the fact that it's wine country. Looks like this. Just so much wine and special craft beer. Turn the fridge on. All right, let's get this thing loaded up. Fully loaded up, got all my drinks. Fridge is stocked. My food in the back. So let's just get there. There we go. Oh, look at that. Just beautiful. It's very, very low. In fact, so low I don't even think it's producing any spillover, so the spillway is dry. It should be much higher than this. I've never seen it this low. Kind of like Lake Mead. Look at that. So all the way in the distance, in the clouds, in that storm, is where we're going. It's Mount Cook, all the way over there. End of the lake. I can't wait to get there. What a spectacular sight though. Beautiful. I've camped in, well, not camped, I've been to this spot before. Anyone who's seen my camper van trip with Anne before during lockdown, we had Bruce with us. Showed you this spot and we were playing down here. Lovely. All right, we need to get to camp. We've got a lot to set up and it looks like we're gonna be setting up in maybe some foul weather. Judging by the end of the valley, what I'm looking at. It's still an hour to the end. Bring you back when we're at the end. Maybe along the side of the lake. Got about another 30 minutes, half an hour. Oh, this has been a long journey to get here. I hope it's going to be worthwhile. But look in the distance, you can see the ranges just starting. Snow up there, all those clouds. And the beautiful lake on the right. Hopefully you can see that. It's worth it. Hopefully this is going to be worth it. So not far to go, half an hour, and then it's time to pitch up tent. So we're just coming past Glen Tanner Park, and that's where I camped, if you remember, 3 years ago I think it was. Came up here with Brucey, camped in here, and we arrived in the middle of the night. We stayed a couple of nights. It was beautiful, but the weather was appalling and the wind and everything else. Well, that's here, just on the right. And I've always wanted to go further and camp right up at the main national park, Iraqi Mount Cook National Park, but could never do it because I had Bruce with me. So while I'm not camping with a dog, this is why I'm here. This is probably the only opportunity I'm ever going to get now to come in here. But once you cross the threshold up here, you're not allowed a dog at all. Not even allowed to have a dog in the vehicle. Very, very strict in New Zealand on dogs or cats coming into national parks, just to protect the wildlife, protect the birds, the native wildlife. Almost there, about another 20 minutes. Now I've already booked online and paid for 2 nights. So, wow, it's busy. Oh, I didn't expect it to be like this. I thought it would be empty. Oh, but these might be just day park. Okay, these might be people just parking for the day to go for walks. There's a lot of walks here. Whereas the campsite is up on the right, the actual campground. So it doesn't look like these people are actually camping here, which is a good thing. So yeah, already paid for. I just need to go up and find my spot. I can park anywhere. Here we go. But there are a few caravans, okay. It's pretty grim outside. Now I know where I want to go because I've camped here before, long time ago with Anne in the camper van. I know exactly where I want to park up. If I can get that spot, then it'll be perfect. It's like other people have had the same idea as well. Someone's parked in the bushes there. This would be a good spot here, but at the top right here would be pretty cool, except for the fact that it's sort of a turning area and the toilets are there. But these toilets are closed anyway. But this would be a nice spot right here. Okay, bring everybody back when I've worked out the orientation and how I want to park this. Okay everyone, I found my spot right here. I've got one heck of a view that I'll show you later of the mountains. I can hear avalanches. This could be great. It's going to be peaceful. There's actually, I think there's only two other vehicles here camping, maybe 3, out of this whole area. There might be more turn up later, I don't know. The weather forecast is grim, so I doubt very much people want to come here to camp. They're just not as mad as me. Right, got to get this done, get the camp set up. I've got to get what I'm going to do is put the awning out first, see where that sits, then set the tent up. So let's get on with the awning. So this is the bushwhacker awning, and it's huge. It goes all the way around the back and all the way around to the front. Massive awning. And then same again on the back. So it has poles, but I'm thinking I don't want to put the poles down yet until I've worked out how the tent's going to go. And I think I want to put the tent right here, if it will fit underneath this. So have it facing out that way, then I've got a lot of view. So let's get the tent out. It's a big one. Okay, all my shopping. Right, I bought some spare poles with me, which have just fallen out. So this is the Coleman North Star lighted 4-person tent. This thing is a beast. I've never used it in seriously bad conditions, only like heavy rain, but never snow. So I'm not sure how this is going to go. We probably won't be able to put pegs in the ground, but there's plenty of stones, big rocks and boulders around, so we probably tie the guy lines to those. So I just need to work out where I'm going to set this up. Probably, I probably want the door facing out that way, because this is my kitchen area here. So I have it set further back. I just don't want rain coming off the awning and then going into it, and I also don't want blocking the poles coming down as well. Okay, so let's sort this tent out. It's a pop-up tent. Yeah, so it should be good. Let's set this up. So the last time I used this tent was with Bruno. Heavy, heavy rain. Right, it's got poles for the awning, but the rest of it is pop-up, and then you throw the fly cover on top, the rain cover. So this is the rain cover, and then this is the actual tent. So I should be able to set this up under here and then move it. So yeah, I don't want it getting wet in the tent, which is why it's good that you can set it up a bit under the cover here. Oh, it might be too high. Let's see. I might get away with it being under here. No, I won't. Well, it was worth a try. No, I won't get away with it under here. So it's just going to have to be just slightly under the flat. So let's move the camera around. Okay, that works out. Right, I've got the door the wrong way around. That's the front door there. It's a very rugged base, luckily. Okay, I've got enough room. If I have it like this, to bring it almost under the tarp. I won't use this pole here. I'll use the other poles though. That's good. Okay. Right, you're meant to now peg it in. But I don't think the pegs are going to go in the ground. So I might use my pegs and see what happens. Oh, well, let's see if these hold. All right, make sure the door is zipped up. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That'll do. Okay, let's get these in. Okay. Button is pulled, you put through here, and that's sort of awning porch. And then Velcro the inside to the main bolt. So I need to find. That I'm done with. Bolts across here. Okay, so it's going to be this one. Yes. What's that? Alright, that's the awning. So we have to peg that out, and we've got to clip the actual rainfly onto all the other clips. Alright, so now we need to peg it out, but I just don't trust the pegs that come with this thing. They're the hook ones, so I'm going to use more of my pegs and peg this thing down. I just wanted to, yeah, let's peg it down. So I'm using a rubber mallet specifically to keep the noise down, just so as not to disturb everybody, because there are other people camping here. So to Coleman and everyone else, those are pegs. Okay. Imagine how loud that would be if I used my metal hammer. Probably cause an avalanche. The only thing I don't like about this tent is you can't adjust the bottoms. The ones with straps are way better. It's hot work. Ah. Alright, so the way I've got this set up now is I'll be able to drop a couple of poles and I'll be able to set this awning up in front if I want to, or just roll it up, but I'll probably set the awning up because this is quite an overhang in here. In fact, let me show you, because I've got to velcro the inner anyway. So you can set the awning up like this, or just roll it up. So probably the best feature about this tent is all of this is covered all around. So even if it's chucking with rain, you can still sit out and the rain's not going to come into the tent. Right, I just need to attach the Velcro. So that will stop it all flapping about. I need to do it on the back as well. And we've got to peg out the vents as well. So let's do that too. Now I've got windows in the back that I could also, so what I'm saying was if I want to open these up, I could, to give myself some light, but it's raining, so, and I expect there to be snow, so I'm not going to do that. So I think just to be safe, we'll do one more peg here. And I think that'll be it. I'm not going to bother guying it down because we're so secluded. I'm protected from all wind from that side. Got the truck on this side. What's the worst that can happen? Okay. I think we're sorted. Right, let's put the poles down on the awning then, because the awning's the only thing that's not supported right now. And then what we'll probably have to do, you see, this is now can rest on here, so that's not a problem. But these are going to have to come down. I mean, it's going to be in my way, my view, but small price to pay. And I do have tie downs for these if I needed to use them. So just one more pole at the front. Let's do that one as well. All right, that's very stable. The only maybe weak point is the one directly over the tent. But again, the tent's under it, so it's not going anywhere. It can lean on that. That'll be fine. Let's just hope the wind doesn't pick up. If it does, then I'll come out and guy it out. Let me give you a tour inside. Okay, look at my space in here. Let me turn this around for you so you can see. Look at all the venting down there. So I've got 2 vents there. I've got all these big windows here. It's meant to be this dark. That's on purpose. But I'll put lighting on in here and it'll be fine. One thing I have noticed is I can see a little hole here, look. There's light coming through. What is that from? Uh-oh. Let's go and have a look. Now, it's possible I snagged it on something. There. That's where it is. Tiny. In fact, you just wouldn't be able to tell. But because of this lining, you can see through it. But actually, the hole isn't... Oh, it's just the black material that's gone. The waterproofing stuff is still on. Well, I might stick some seam sealant on that just to be sure, but it looks like I've caught it on something. That's how dark it is in there, that you can spot even the most tiny light. Well, I've got a lot to do. I've got to get my bed in here. I've got to set the lights up, get my heating set up, put the gear loft up. A lot to do. Put a floor mat down because this is horrible ground. I don't want to traipse that all in. And I've got a blanket to put down on the floor as well, so I'm nice and cozy in there, because the weather will be grim most of the time. So for heating, I've got my buddy Mr. Heater. It's the smaller one, and I've got propane tank. So what I'll do is I'll hook it up to this big one, and I've got a backup propane tank in case I run out as well. So I will use the crate to put the fire on, because you don't want to put this straight on the floor, it gets hot in front of it. So I'll take the crate out, put this in there. I've got a little fireproof mat as well, but I won't need that. I've got spare gas canisters for everything else, and 2 spare small cylinders that fit directly into that, just in case. Because you never know. If I run out, I run out. Alright, let's take this round. Okay, so what I want to do is put the gas tank here and then have my heater on top of this, like that. And there's a vent in the corner here that you can run a cable through. See, through here. So here's how we'll do it. This will sit here like this, and then I'll have that run through this little pipe, this thing down here. Easy peasy. Look at that. Okay, and then plug that in. So I expect the temperature to get down to only about -2 Celsius. Not that cold. Not cold enough that this stuff won't work. Okay, let's see if this actually works, because there is a trip switch down here. And I know sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, let's try it. I can hear the gas. Alright, takes a while to start up. Because the gas, the pipe is empty, that's how slowly the gas comes out. You can definitely hear it. I'm trying to ignite the starter flame. So these are tricky to start up. You'll see lots of people have got these, and if it's the first time you've plugged it in for quite a long time, you've got to purge it. And sometimes you get problems with the valve in here as well. Doesn't always work. Ah, there's a flame. We're getting there. Okay, I've got a flame. Right, so you've got to keep your hand on it so it heats the pilot system up. And then I should just be able to let go. There we go. Got heat. Oh, yes. So it's got a tip over mechanism. If it tips over, it goes out. It's also got carbon monoxide alert system in it as well. So if it detects too much carbon monoxide, it shuts off. And that's it. That's all you need. That thing is going to keep me toasty warm. I'm not allowed to use a hot tent here. You're not allowed any fires of any kind. We're in a national park. So this is all you're allowed to use, these sorts of things. So yeah, there's no point bringing a big hot tent here. You can't use it at all. The stoves are not allowed in the park. Right, so I will set a fan up there. So you see I've got one of these little fans. I'm going to set that up. Right, so I've got all my food and my coat in here. So let's get rid of that stuff first. So I could run an electrical cable from here, because I've got my inverter here. Turn that on. I could run an extension cable from here into there to use my kettle and stuff. And I've got a gas heater as well. All as a backup though. And I do have gas cooker. Obviously I've got my gas cooker. Well, I'll tell you what. The wind that's coming through here. Well, that's better. Okay. Right. Water. So I'm going to fill a whole load of water bottles up. Sorry if that makes you want to pee. I've got 40 litres in this tank here. I'll fill a load of water bottles up just in case it starts freezing. There's no water available on site at all. Everything's shut down for winter. because all the pipes freeze. The only 2 toilets they've got are long drops as well. And if you don't know what a long drop is, it's basically a hole in the floor. Okay. Right, so all we need now is coffee. I don't know where any of my stuff is. It's all littered around. If you're wondering about this whole rig, this setup, it's done by M2 Overland in the North Island of New Zealand. And they do ship overseas. And they make brilliant products. They didn't pay me to say that. And then after this coffee, what I'll do is I'll take you for a bit of a tour around. So we're having Moccona strong cappuccino. Right. Get my cozy den. My fire. Oh, look. And one thing that people ask me all the time, you know, they always talk about bears and animals and predators. There's nothing here. The only thing here are mountain parrots, Kias. And they will come and take your stuff. They will come and attack your car. But they're quite cute. So we might see a mountain parrot while we're here because they'll be curious about us. I guarantee it. Well, I'm going to have my coffee and then I'll take you for a little tour around. Because there are tourists here, and this is kind of different to the usual place I go to, you do sort of have to lock things up and just be a bit more aware. But New Zealand is extremely safe, and it is extremely safe here as well. But there's a ranger that will come around and check, because I have paid. They'll check the number plate and just check what I'm doing here and who I am and blah, blah, blah. So I do like to zip everything up, keep it all closed, lock the car, everything. So bring you back after I've had my coffee. Okay, sit rep. Don't know if you can hear that, it's raining. I don't really fancy walking around in the rain right now. So all I'm going to do is chill. The temperature has really dropped. I'm actually going to close this up now. I'm going to close the tent because it's freezing. It's freezing cold. Yeah, so I'm going to close the tent up and I'm just going to chill. I'm going to relax. It's 4 p.m. now. I'll probably come back when it's time to do dinner. Yeah, because it's just grim out. And it's not snow, it's horrible rain. We've got 2 nights here, so I don't need to film anything just yet. So I'll bring you all back when I'm cooking up some dinner, which I am looking forward to. It's cold. I've got a thermometer up here. It's 1 degree. It's just plummeted. So I've got warm pants on, fleece lined. I've only just put this on. This is my, people who know, this is my Corinthia military jacket. Someone asked me the other day, do I wear military gear? Have I done military reviews? I haven't done reviews of military gear, but yes, I do wear military gear. From my memory, the military gear, when I was using it, was always rugged and tough. And I've got military gear tonight. So I'm using this, but in there, obviously, I've got my US military sleeping bag. So, full test. Right, let's turn the lights on the awning. We've got even more light. Let's light this place up like a Christmas tree. Hey! There we go. How nice is that? What a setup. Okay, so we need to do dinner. I've got my cob grill with me. What I might do is bring everything out here. Well, I'll bring my chair out. But the cob we're going to use it on the floor. So I'm going to, because it's not raining, and because there's really no chance of anything bad happening at the moment, I'm going to remove this pole, just put it out the way for now. There. Just because it felt like it was in the way. So yeah, I've got the cob grill. This is the gas powered one. They sent me this earlier in the year. I've used it once before. I think I cooked some breakfast on it. But this time I'm going to use it properly, and I'm going to roast on it. All right. So if you haven't heard of the cob grill, well, it's just a cooking system. Yeah, it's not that complicated. Okay, let me get this all set up, and then we'll bring you back for what I'm actually going to cook on here. Start cooking meat, which is what we're doing. Then we've got to break out the wine. We're having a bottle of Wooing Tree 2019 Pinot Noir from Central Otago. Now, interestingly, this wine, Wooing Tree, the vineyard, is owned by my neighbour. Was. I don't know if he still does. I think he sold it. Lovely beer. Beer. I was just looking at a can of beer. Lovely wine. That's how desperate I am. I have had one beer. Cheers, everybody. Yes. Right, so what's for dinner? We are having roast lamb, rack, and roast potatoes. Yeah. It's just correct in every single way. Have I got... Usually I've got everything I need in here, but I've moved stuff around. You know, since I got Buddy the camper van, I've been relocating things. I've been making a right mess of it. Yeah, I think I forgot the oil. Which in itself actually isn't a major problem. Yeah, I forgot the oil. I wanted to do the potatoes in loads of oil, but that's okay. To be honest, I can go into town and get some butter. Not into town. I can walk to the shop, which is about a half an hour walk, and get some butter tomorrow. Yeah, that was an oversight. Huh. I usually have it with me, but yeah, I've moved everything into Buddy. That was the problem, I just didn't think about it. Okay, so yeah, we need to get the cob grill up to temperature. So let's do that first. Okay, so it's simply a matter of starting it up. So what I've got inside is just the grilling plate and this lid, and that's it. And there's a flame thing underneath it. So what happens is when you start her up, here we go, got a flame. There we go. Flame on. Let's put it on max. Alright, we'll put the lid on that. And then we can let that heat up. Then we can put our lamb on there. So, lamb and potatoes. I've got some thyme, fresh thyme. And so that I don't make a mess, I thought I would try this time. This time I would use an oven bag. So, actually, this is going to work out well. So I've got these large oven bags. Got 3 of them in here. So the point is, with the oven bag is I should be able to just chuck everything into this. And it should cook just fine. If I can find the way in. Oh, here it is. I've never cooked in oven bags before, but that's warming me up just thinking about this. I've been feeling pretty chilly since I got here, and then I sat in there and I closed the door on the tent and then I was roasting hot. Okay, so what we'll do is rack of lamb. Lovely. So we'll put that in the bag. Oops. Yep. Put that in the bag. Season it. Season the hell out of it. Salt and pepper. Okay, and what I think we could do is, what I think we can get away with, we'll chuck a bunch of thyme in there. I think we could put the potatoes in there as well. And they should cook in the rendered fat of the lamb. Literally steam the potatoes. Like that. Okay? So does it come with cable ties? No ties. Sometimes they have sort of a cable tie thing. Okay. Shake the seasoning up. Alright, so I want to put it in fat side up at first. Yeah. And there we go. I mean, come on, that's got to work, yeah? We'll get that in the oven. Alright, and I think what we'll do is we'll set the timer. Hey Siri, set timer, 45 minutes. Done. Me using technology. Have some wine, chill out, wait for the alarm to go off, and then that should be good to go. And I think I'll even leave it on max for quite a while, because the potatoes, I need them well cooked. So bring you back when this is ready. Okay, sit rep. That's what's left of the oven bag. So much for that little experiment. I guess it doesn't like, oh, I keep forgetting to put the light on. I guess it doesn't like the heat. What's the point in an oven bag that does that? Let's have a look at the timer. So that was after, well, this has been 35 minutes. That's the state of it. I took it all out and I've spread it out nicely inside, just to let it do its own thing. So the oven bag obviously didn't like that much heat. Well, I tried. Don't say I didn't try. Right, we've got 8 minutes left. Do you want to have a quick look? I don't know if you can see it. Let me zoom in, hang on. That's the capability of my zoom. Check it out. Still pretty fantastic. I love this thing. Okay, 8 minutes. I've put my my super insulated stuff on because it's freezing. Oh yes. Okay, now what I have to do is let the meat sit for a minute. Just a couple of minutes, just like, I've got to let that sit for about, I would say, 5 minutes. Yeah, let it sit for 5 minutes. I'm going to keep this on and give these potatoes every chance to absolutely crisp up. Because I want good soft potatoes. Oh, I wish I had some butter to put in with these, but I've got mint jelly. So that'll do. Okay, so we'll give the meat about 5 minutes to set, and it does look good. So I've also put, the headlamp's falling off. I bet that looked weird. I'm a mess. Look, this isn't a fashion show, okay? It's about being warm. That's all that matters. I've put my gum boots on, my boots. These are insulated Grubs boots. They're good down to about -20, they say. They're not. But they're warmer than the trainers that I had on earlier, the sneakers, the Hokers. So with all this setup, I am toasty with my beanie, this jacket, fingerless gloves. I feel very, very warm. I don't even need a fire. Cheers. And it's 0 out here now. 0 Celsius. If you have the right gear, you can still make yourself comfortable. I think the floor is the biggest problem in your toes. If you have something to put your feet on, a thermal reflective mat of some sort, I could bring that mat around and put my feet on, and they would then be fine. Maybe during cigar time I'll do that, because I'm going to sit out here and have a cigar. But yeah, there's always options. Now, I'm going to just stop talking for a second, see if you can hear the owl. Hang on. There. I don't know if you picked that up. Ooh, ooh. There's an owl just over there, and there's another one behind me. And the lights will attract them. So they come and they sit in the branches. You don't even know they're there because they're so quiet. And they're going after the bugs that are attracted to the light. But I'll bring you back, sorry, when this has had time to sit. It's sat long enough. Time to take the potatoes out, and I've turned the gas off. Oh, the butane canister, there's ice on it. Lots of ice. Well, it is 0, and it does condense on the outside of that. That's why butane gas is pretty rubbish. You've got to have this premium ISO mix to use these sorts of gas when you get really, really cold. But it's not the best. Oh, they look good. I love this cob thing. I know they sent it to me. Listen, full disclosure, they've really wanted to do a deal with me where they sponsor a video and show all their products and stuff like that. I bought my original cob gear. Then they said they wanted to send me one, so they did. They even sent me one to Canada, but it didn't get there in time, so it sat in a hotel somewhere. I love the product. When I love the product, I just use it. That's it. And it doesn't matter whether they pay me or not, and so I haven't asked them for any deals or any money. I just love the product so much that I want to keep using it. So that should tell you everything you need to know about how good the product is or not. You know, a lot of channels will only feature products if they pay them, and I 100% not only understand, I agree with it. You got to make money. You got to make some money. You got to make an income. You know, this is a job for a lot of YouTubers, and it's their only source of income. So those that complain or whine about ads or say, ooh, memberships or whatever, you're getting paid for your job. Why can't they get paid for theirs? Hollywood gets paid. Why can't YouTubers get paid? It's not fair. So just saying. Okay, mint jelly. If you've had mint sauce before, it's like mint sauce, but with sugar. Oh, it's nice. It's got so many carbs. Now, I haven't addressed something for quite a while. My carnivore diet. Yes, I stopped the 100% carnivore diet a few months ago. But I'm still very careful. So what the carnivore diet did was brought me down to a new base level. And now I maintain a no root vegetables diet and no sugar. That's it. But I now have greens, things like that. Beans, peas, leafy greens. But I don't have potatoes off them. This is a treat. So yeah, I just missed it. That was all. There's no other reason. I just missed it. I lost a ton of weight doing carnivore diet. Got ripped. But I missed some of the other things. I missed potatoes. So this is a really massive treat for me. Here we go. Mint jelly. French roast rack and lamb. And roast potatoes. I'm salivating so much. Hot. 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 Oh, sorry to use my Special Forces voice. God, that was hot. Oh, so delicious though. The seasoning is perfect. Wow. I doubt anyone in this campsite is eating as well as I am. And there's only 2 other people here. Oh, this just changes everything. I was okay before. I was kind of happy. I was relaxed. I was cozy. Felt a bit like I was in a car park. But this is a campsite. But my view is beautiful. There was no snow. The rain has stopped, so nothing is happening. But now, I'm camping because I've got food. Oh, a total of 9 hours it took me to drive here. 9 hours. And I stayed in a motel overnight, halfway. Last time, I did the drive to, 30 minutes from here, Glen Tanner, with Brucey. But I was so exhausted. I got there so late. I was just exhausted. And I thought, I can't do that again. And Anne didn't want me to do it. It's dangerous on the road. I'd have to leave home sort of like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. and I'd still get here in the dark because it's winter. So I said to her, look, I'm going to stay a night in a motel on the way. Take my time. And she said, yes, yes. She gets worried. But I desperately wanted to come here. And even though, I think I just ate some bone. Even though I know, I can't see anything, I know I'm here in one of my favourite parts of the world, Mount Cook. And tomorrow I will take you to Lake Mueller and show you just how beautiful it is. And I'm hoping when we wake up tomorrow, the snow line has come down more. And then I'm hoping by the next day, we have snow. It's still the forecast. So fingers crossed. I guess you'll know. You know what? Every single person that's watching now, all of you, every single person knows more than I do whether I got snow or not. You know why? Have a guess why. See who can guess why you know before I do that I got snow. Anyone who said the thumbnail? Correct. And if you want to comment on this video, just go to the community post. There will be a community post on this video and you can comment there. I just disable videos, comments directly on the videos. It stops the bots, the scams, and I get hundreds and hundreds of them. And it overtakes, if I didn't do this, it would overtake the entire comment section. That's how many I get. It's crazy. It's nothing to do with me being upset just about trolls or anything. For some reason, my channel attracts all the scammers. And it's out of control. Hot. Hot potato. Why is it always potatoes that are the last to cool down? This is so delicious. Okay. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to pick every single thing off the bone. You don't want to see it, honestly, trust me. You don't want to see me chewing bones. And I'll bring you back for cigar time. Cheers, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. I know you haven't been anywhere. And I know it annoys some people when I say welcome back. My own brother, Dr. Brooker, my own brother, and a proper doctor, MD, gastroenterologist. It annoys him that I say welcome back, everybody. He says, I haven't been anywhere. It's just me being me. To cigar time. So, I'm chilling out tonight. I'm having a most beautiful syrupy number 2 Partagas, and I've got to say this is an exceptionally good cigar. Exceptionally good. Gosh, my butane lighter is so cold. It's struggling. Got to think about these things when you're... I might have to turn the dial up. Give it a bit more oomph. There we go. Oh, that did it. This is a Calibri triple jet lighter with a built-in cigar cutter. I don't know why I use the other cigar cutter. This thing is amazing. Definitely for cigars. This Partagas is a special cigar. It's so nice. So that dinner was absolutely epic. No other word. It was so delicious. I could have served that to someone at home and they would have been just orgasmic. Oh, took some in. Oh, yum. That's delicious. For dessert, I have some Griffin's chocolate and sultana pasties. They're a bit trashy, but they're delicious. Got my wine. I've got my hot chocolate. My hot chocolate is from Avalanche. It's a company in New Zealand. I would be surprised if you could find it anywhere else. Avalanche coffee. Maybe Australia, but maybe nowhere else. Wow. So first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody, all my loyal followers to the channel, all the loyal followers of me, Brucey and Bruno. Miss them both. And soon to be Bernie, and obviously Bolly. She will show up occasionally, but it's going to be Bernie. It's going to be the Tony and Bernie show. Thank you so much for being loyal and sticking with the channel through all the turmoil that we've been through. Staying subscribed. I know that a lot of my viewers are over 40, 50, 60 years old and struggle with the technology but want to watch. And I thank you for persevering and finding out how to watch the videos and how to get notifications and things like that. Thank you so much. It does mean a lot. And I try to communicate with them on the Facebook page. YouTube comments, honestly, it's a cesspool. You don't want to be on there. So that's why I disable those. But the Facebook page and the community post are much, much better. So please go to those to have a look. And it's in the description, all these links. It doesn't cost any money to subscribe either to the channel. So thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who's bought me a coffee, or the treats, buy me a coffee. To be honest, those treats are being stored up for Bernie, paying for his beautiful food, and also some of these trips and cigars. But mainly for Bernie and Bolly, and you two Border Collie puppies. Thank you so much for everyone that's gone to buy me a coffee and bought us treats. It means a lot. And everyone who's bought merch, thank you so much. And all of our Patreon members and YouTube members who pay up a subscription fee to get access to videos early and just to show appreciation for the channel. Thank you so much. We're not in Hollywood. We're just average people. We're normal people trying to make content that will please people. And the way I do it is I film content I want to film that makes me happy, and I want to find an audience that finds that enjoyable as well. And that's it. That's it. That's been the success of the channel, is I just do me. That's it. And I'm just being me. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not pretending to be anybody else. This is just me. And I enjoy doing this. I really do. And I want other people to enjoy it. And I get a kick out of other people enjoying it. So thank you so much. Thank you for all the likes and subscribes. Super thanks. Everything else. It means a lot. It really does. So I'm going to save the main cigar time for tomorrow night. For tonight, I want to just discuss camp and why I'm here. This is a special place to me. This is called White Horse Hill Campground. I guess if you Google it, it'll be Foliage Hill in New Zealand at the base of Mount Cook. And it's a special place for me. I have camped here several times with Anne, my wife, and I've loved it every time. And the walks, the scenery, it's spectacular. It's beautiful. Been here with Brandon, my son. But what makes it special to me is that I camped here with Anne and my son and my dad. Sorry. For those who don't know, my dad passed away a couple of years ago. So we brought him here because it was a special place to us. And I really wanted to come back. Gosh, you know what? I haven't shed a tear about my dad for a long, long time. You should never forget. You should never forget your parents. So my dad was a very honourable man. I loved him so much. I miss his counsel, picking up the phone, having someone to talk to. Wow. Didn't expect that. So yeah, I wanted to come back to this spot just because so many memories, so many memories. It's been a few years. And the last time I was here was with my dad. And it's a beautiful spot. And yeah, I really want to show you all why this is such a beautiful spot. I haven't done it any justice so far, but I will, I hope. We'll go for a walk up to the lake. I'm hoping it will snow and you'll see it in all its beauty. This is the base of Mount Cook. For those that don't know, Mount Cook is an exceptional place. People come from all over the world to train for Everest. They come here to train for it. Sir Edmund Hillary, the first person to climb Mount Everest, a Kiwi, a New Zealander, trained here for that trip, to do that climb. There's a museum just down the road here. It's dedicated to him, the Edmund Hillary Centre. So it's a very, very special place. It's a spiritual place, Aoraki. It means a lot to the Maori here. It's an amazing place. So I wanted to come and I've desperately wanted to come and film here for a long time, but I could never come here with the dogs because it's a national park. And now I finally get this opportunity. And yeah, it's quite overwhelming. So anyway, that's why I'm here. That's why we're filming here. That's the purpose of this trip. That's why I drove 9 hours to come here. I just needed to experience this. Get some closure here. In a place that I love. So look, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to enjoy my goodies, my treats here. And bring you back for bedtime. But thanks again, everybody. Thank you for coming. It really is appreciated. Thank you so much. Cheers. Welcome back, everybody. Whew. It's quite a bit later. I stayed up and watched movies. I'm in the military pack. Oh, this brings back memories of discomfort. Oh, I've got my glasses on still. Yeah, but it just brings back fantastic memories. I mean, obviously this is a US one. British ones are a bit different, but the extreme cold weather ones, the Arctic ones, oh, they just wrap you. You're just cocooned in this thing. And think of the heaviest bedding material you could possibly imagine. And that's what this is. The thickest, think of the thickest material you could possibly imagine. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's insanely thick. This would be safe to use, you know, in a hot tent when you got the modern sleeping bags. If you even touch it for a microsecond, that's it, burnt through. And you'd have to repair it. This, I think these could take quite a beating. Yeah. Inside, it's nice and soft. Outside, very rugged, very rough. Water repellent, not waterproof, but water repellent. And it's a mixture of goose down and polyester. So I think it's 20% synthetic. Very thick. It's rated, I think they're rated to -20 Fahrenheit. Now, obviously, as a soldier in combat, that's when you'd use these things. You'd be out in the field, so you'd have all your gear on. They're big enough at the foot end. You can't see it on the camera, but they're big enough that you can wear your boots as well. So that it points up at the end, so you can lie on your back with your boots. Is there enough room to put your rifle in this? I guess there is. Yep, there is. It'd be an uncomfortable night, but you'd be alive. That's the key thing. I mean, Gosh, we'll see how I go in this. See how comfortable or uncomfortable I am tonight. And maybe tomorrow night we switch to the modern synthetic Big Agnes and spread out. Because this thing, look at that. That's my feet there. It gets cramped. But I will be warm in this. Definitely will be warm. Alright everyone, it's been a great evening. Who knows what we're going to wake up to. I think I might hear a lot of rain tonight. It has not rained since before dinner. Not a drop of rain. I saw stars. So I don't know what the forecast says now. I think it's due to rain from midnight tonight. Something like that. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's supposed to be snow down to just above us. Anything can happen here. But in the morning, we'll have a look out. I'm pretty sure it won't be any snow, but it'll be cold. Alright everyone, unless something major happens in the middle of the night. Ooh, I can see my breath. Unless something major happens, I'll bring you back in the morning. Good night everybody. Ugh, sit rep. It's 3 a.m. It's chucking down. And I can hear the pools of water falling off of the awning every few minutes. And I didn't guy the truck awning down in the corners to make the water fall off. As for the sleeping bag, it was too restrictive lying in it with it zipped up. So I turned it over. So now I'm just lying on the pad, which is an insulated pad, and I'm treating it like a quilt. It's much better like this. And you can tuck right into it, like this. And the hood just sits on top of your head, so you don't even need to wear a beanie. I'm toasty. I don't know why I didn't do that straight away. But now I can turn around. No problem. Alright everybody. Well, it's meant to now rain non-stop for the rest of the time I'm here. Combination of rain and snow. So I might have to put earplugs in. If I can find any. I think I've left them in the truck. Ugh. I don't want to go out there. Oh, it's cold. Right. Bring you back in the morning. Later in the morning. Night everybody. It's getting heavier. Alright, night everybody. Morning everybody. Wow. It's just non-stop rain. Unbelievable. And I tell you what, turning this bag upside down and turning it into a quilt, just putting it on top, I even had to take my beanie off. This bag is so heavy, it's so warm, and it's so comfy. Just using it as a quilt, just tucking in. So obviously you've got to have a decent pad if you're going to do that, big pad, well insulated pad. But oh look, I've even taken my beanie off, everything. I was roasting, but it's just so lovely. Now, I don't know if the camera picks up that sound of the water coming off the awning, but it's just chucking down. I haven't looked to see if we've got any leaking or anything like that yet. But I'm going to get up and then we'll do a walk around and see what the situation is. Because there's been so much rain. I'm sure there's some flooding going on somewhere, and I've got to see what state the awning is in. Alright, I need to get up and then we'll go outside and have a look, see what's going on, and then have a much needed coffee. Oh, okay. Wow, my camera is reporting, my little gimbal camera is reporting that it's so cold that it won't start charging until it's warmed up. Okay. Right, let's go outside and assess the damage. It's chilly. I've got my keys with me. What is it? I'm surprised that there's no condensation in here, or very, very little condensation, considering how wet it's going to be out here. And there doesn't seem to have been any leaking. Oh, the condensation is horrendous. How can I show you this? Oh, hang on. Wow. Look at that. The walls are dripping. Look at it. It's actually dripping off the ceiling. Oh, that's bad. But to be expected, honestly, in these conditions. It has kind of dripped on the top of the actual tent inner, but that's not leaked at all. No leaking. In fact, I can't even tell if it's dripped on it. It's that good. So yeah, this is what happens, and it's not leaking. It is purely condensation, because this tent doesn't have vents at the top to let all this stuff out. Anyway, let's assess. Hello world. Whew. Okay, what have we got going on? Water pouring off, we've got some pooling, but not a lot. Now this is the newer version of this bushwhacker awning that they sent me. This is the replacement. They said was with new materials. And it shouldn't leak. And from what I can see, yeah, it works. It hasn't leaked at all. Now last time it would leak at these points here, where the stitching is, but no, it seems they fixed it. All right, good job, Bushwhacker. Yeah. Bushwhacker XT. So this is the massive version of the tarp. Oh, look out there. Oh, there's a camper van that's turned up. Otherwise, I've got the place to myself. There's a caravan. They've been here all night. But you know what? That's been raining up there. That has not fallen as snow. Look at that. That's not snow. It would have to be, so what is that, about 2,000 meters, and it's still not snowing. I doubt it's snowed much anywhere. So as I said though, it was due to rain all day and the snow level would come down. That's the toilet block that's all closed up, shut for winter. Toilets closed for winter. So tarp and tent have done a magnificent job because it's been raining for hours and hours and hours. Now the pooling is because I haven't attached the tie outs. So you're meant to attach tie outs here and it stops the pooling. I just haven't done it. I might add one or two, we'll see. But it seems to be doing a good enough job without me doing that, to be honest. It's not bothering me. So we'll see. Right, we need to get the coffee on. It's late. It's 9 something in the morning. I don't think I've ever slept in this long. That's how it's 9 o'clock, just turned 9 o'clock. That's how comfy I was in the end. I woke up several times when I turned over just to tuck the quilt into myself. But man, that thing feels good when it's on top of you. And it just feels heavy, which is nice. I love a nice heavy duvet, a nice heavy quilt. So I was tucking into that, and I was so hot. It was absolutely delicious. So the temperature it's not as cold as it was last night. 3 degrees. I don't know if you can make that out. 3 degrees Celsius. So it's gonna get colder. So today and tonight the temperature's gonna start plummeting, and this is all gonna start turning to snow and ice, which will be fun to pack up tomorrow. So yeah, we've got one more night here. But first we've got to get coffee on. Oh. Kettle is ready to go. Oh, this is going to be the best coffee ever. Inverter on. Another mochaccino, Moccona recharge. Strong cappuccino needed. So those who know my channel, if you're wondering, because usually I set up a Starlink because I don't have signal, but here at this campground at White Horse, lucky enough that there is signal. It's very rare for me to have any signal. Ah, awesome. So my inverter, this thing, this red arc sine wave inverter, 3 kilowatts. That can run pretty much anything that you could run in your house. And there's 300 amp hours of lithium batteries lined up out on the other side of the truck. With very, very thick cabling running between it. It's a great setup. But yeah, each socket, I've got 6 of these actual household sockets as well. So the truck is actually, I love my camper van RV Buddy. That thing is superb, but its electric system sucks. It's from the 90s. I wish I had this in that. So one day I will get that sorted. It's quite expensive doing this, and that was an expensive rig. I had to pay for all of that. But one day I'll get that done. Yeah. But also the other thing with Buddy is it's slow. It's slow going up hills and things like that. It's comfy to drive, but it's a slow process. So for me to come here, this 9-hour drive, which was what? I don't know how many kilometers. 700? Don't know. For me to come here and do this in Buddy, I would have to refill probably 3 times on the way here. Or twice. Yeah, twice on the way here. And then have to refill twice on the way back. It's only got a range of about 400 kilometers. It can only do sort of just over 100 kilometers an hour, which is the speed limit here. But it's a struggle sometimes to get there. And it's quite exhausting driving it a long distance. So whilst I would love to bring that here instead, that's what this truck is for. Longer distance or really, really brutal terrain where I need to use a tent. Yeah. It would be so warm to be in the camper van though. Right, so this is drawing water out right in front of the tent. I wonder if I should attach a guide point to a stone over on this side, and maybe it will draw more of the water away from the front of the awning here. So let me get something sorted out. Let me jerry-rig something. Whew, fingers are cold now. But I think it's time to sit and enjoy my coffee. So you see, this is what I love about this vestibule, is I'm sitting outside of the tent and there's no way the rain could get to me. The only thing that's dropping on me is condensation. So I might have to towel that off. In fact, I will. So I've got a sponge and I've got a towel. So let's see which works best. Sponge is average. Towel for the win. So I'm hoping this condensation, after I've dried it off here a bit and through the day, I'm hoping it will dry off through the day with the fan on and the heating on. Alright, now we're camping. Oh. I'm going to put my heating on. I didn't run this at all last night. Tell you what, these things give off instant heat. So if you think of the wood stove that I have in the hot tent, this stream of water just coming down in front of the camera. If you think of the stove, you can't just switch it off. It's just, you can turn it down, but it's still overpoweringly hot. Then you've got to deal with all the ash, and then on pack down, you've got to wait for that whole thing to cool down before you can pack it, and it takes ages to cool down. This thing gives instant heat, easy to pack down. You don't have to bring any dirty wood, there's no smoke. It's just an easy life. And now I've got instant heat, and it's lovely. And this ambient heat is going to fill this whole thing up. I've got a fan running up here, and that's going to dry everything off nicely. So I'm thinking that we're not going to do breakfast this morning. I'm so stuffed from last night. But I might skip breakfast and wait till lunch. What I do want to do is take you for a walk though, to go and see Mueller Lake over there. It's rain, it's water. I've really set this up brilliantly for the camera, haven't I? Oh well. So what we'll do is, I'm just going to chill out, I'll have another coffee, do some chores, and then we'll go and go for a wander, go for a walk to the lake, which is spectacular, and hopefully we'll be able to see the glacier. Well, here we go. So it's lunchtime. The rain has been relentless. It's just insane amount of rain. Everything is drenched. The ground is like it's almost like a river here. If this had been snow, I would have been in, well, pretty big trouble, because it would have been deep. I think the camera's going to struggle a bit here in the rain. I do have an umbrella for this thing. Shall I put that on? Let's give that a go. Let me bring you back with the umbrella on the camera. Alright, we've got the umbrella on the camera. I don't know how this is going to turn out. We're going to freeze. So it's just gone lunchtime. What I want to do though is walk to the lake, Lake Mueller, show you the glacier hopefully. I don't know how that's going to work. And then we'll come back and we'll warm up and have lunch. So the temperature right now is 2 degrees Celsius. All right, we've got to find the track. It's just over in front of me. And some other camper vans have turned up. Everybody's mad. Everybody's crazy. We're all mad. Right, we're going to walk over to the track. Oh no, this is... I'm fully decked out in waterproof gear. And I think it's about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go and look at this little lake and the glacier that's feeding into it. Oh man, it's cold. Hey look, there are little tent campsites everywhere here. Someone's had a fire. Uh-oh. Naughty. I had found the track. Okay. So we're going to go to Kia Point. You could take a snapshot of that and zoom in if you want. I don't know if it'll pick it all up. We're here. And that's where we're going, Lake Mueller. All right, we're coming to the cross point. There you go. Sealy Tarns, 3 hours return. Mueller Hut, 3 hours straight up. Straight up there. Absolutely brutal. Okay, we're here. It is snowing up here. And it's starting to settle on the ground. I just heard an avalanche. I wonder how much snow we're going to get and how much is going to settle down at camp. We've had so much rain, everything's so soaked. Oh, these puddles are starting to freeze with the snow. Okay. Man, it is cold. All right, get ready for this. Big avalanche again. Okay, this is pretty epic. Kia Point. Listen to that avalanche. I'm trying to keep the camera lens clear. So this is Mueller Lake. And you probably can't hear the avalanche sounds, the rock slides. This is glacier fed. And the glacier's up there. It's sort of just there. And that's why it's that colour. It's the sediment and the rock. It's been ground up. I really hope you can hear that sound of the avalanche. It's just constant. Beautiful. Well, this sign is getting frozen. Debris left by retreating glacier. So that, what you see in front there, this was all glacier a long, long time ago. And it's fed from up there, Huddleston. And if it was a clear day and we were looking directly there, we would see Mount Cook, low peak, 3,593 meters. Whatever that is. I don't know. What is that? 12,000 feet? More. Yeah, pretty high. That's the low peak. And then that all goes into this place called the Hooker River. And yes, I'm not joking, it really is called the Hooker River. Beautiful, but you can't really see much. And the snow is building. Oh, I really hope it snows properly because this is starting to become rain again. I think it's time to get back and have some lunch. I want some noodles. I feel like some noodles. One last look at the lake. Oh, I can hear a big avalanche in the distance. Okay, and what does this say? Here we go. On the 14th of February 1895, Edward Fitzgerald and Matthias Zurbriggen became the first mountaineers to reach the summit of Mount Sefton. Yeah, ice cliffs, boulders, ice bridges collapsing, nightmare. Now here we go. Why are the ice cliffs blue? Water looks blue because it absorbs light at the red end of the spectrum, leaving only the blue light to reflect back to our eyes. Blah, 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 blah. Glacial ice is compressed under its own weight, squeezing out the air so it looks like blue water. There's a lot of history here of climbing. It's incredible. Righty-ho. Onwards. Back to camp. Well, I must have missed something because there's snow on the tent. While I was away. So it did snow briefly. It's either snow or it's sleet. I think it's snow. Alright, so I guess we are heading to that territory. What's the temperature now? Oh, it now says 1. Oh. Yeah. Snow on the tent. Okay. So it's coming, she said. Snow, let there be snow. It's what we wanted. Finally. I was getting fed up with just rain, rain, rain. Whew. Now, I've just realised something. I've got 2 of these Hunter's Element Halo jackets. And I've been in contact with them to inform them that, you know what, actually they leak. They leak at the zip. Because I'm wet. I'm wet inside from the zip. So the zip leaks. Badly. Yeah, it's soaked. And I said to them, what is this, man? It's not seam sealed here at the zip. This bit here at the bottom is oozing water. Look at that. Look at that, just fails. And you know what Hunter's Element do? They ignore every single message I send them. Zero interest. They're not interested in improving their products because a YouTuber asks them to do something. They're not interested. They couldn't care less. Look. Proof. The zip leaks like a sieve. So, Hunter's Element. Halo jacket. I no longer can recommend it. I'm sorry. It's flawed. Well, I'm not sorry. It's all flawed because they used the cheapest zip possible. And I gave them so many chances to fix it or to listen, but they're just not interested. So now I've got to change. This is why I didn't wear my sweater underneath, because I knew this might leak. I just knew it might happen. Right, I'm gonna get into dry clothes and then we'll do noodles. Woo, okay, and it's cold. So, I've got a beef Massimo premium noodle bowl. It's nothing exotic, nothing amazing. So yeah, I had a little rant there about Hunter's Element, but you can't just say, oh, just do it yourself, change the zip yourself or something like that. So that's not the point. It should be supplied and it should do what it says. If it says waterproof, then it should be waterproof. In New Zealand, we have protections against stuff like this. I could go to the Commerce Commission, Consumer Protection, and say, look, it's not waterproof. Okay, recall the product, because someone might rely on this product to survive in the wild, survive camping, survive in the bush, and you get wet, you get hypothermic. Leave it for a few minutes, give it a stir, get my coffee on the go, and bring you back for noodles and coffee. Oh, it's so warm in here. It's toasty warm. I probably don't even need my big coat on now. So you might just see I've taken the hood off. Anyone who knows me, I'm not a fan of hoods on coats. It's funny because I don't mind hoodies, I just don't like that massive hood on these insulated jackets. It gets on my nerves. And this thing is so well insulated that the hood is enormous. So when you're sitting in your chair like this, and it's cold, sit on your jacket. And then it's insulated. Alright, let's tuck in. So this is beef massaman curried noodle. It smells very good, I have to say. I'm a big fan of beef massaman. That sounds like sleet. My view is spectacular of the mountains behind the camera. I love this spot. I think it would be nice to wild camp here, further around the corner, out of the way on the grass. But not in these conditions. Wild camping in these conditions sucks. Everything is drenched, you end up staying in the tent the whole time. Even if you have a tarp out, you're going to get wet. And filming for YouTube, everything's going to get soaked because you've got to keep going out in the wet to film. Bon appetit, everybody. Yep. That hits the spot. Alright, sit rep. It's really snowing now. And I was sitting here just looking at it going, oh, this is lovely. I'll start filming soon. I'll start filming soon. And then I realised there's a lot of weight on the awning. Oh. So I need to let the heat build up in the tent to melt all the snow off. because they've just upgraded the snow warning. And there's a chance we could get a foot of snow. And I can tell you right now, this awning won't take that. There's just no way it can take a foot of snow. It'll collapse. So I've got to go around and just keep knocking the slushy snow off from before. Now I'm always saying be careful what you wish for. Yeah, this is always the risk of putting the awning out, is the quantity of snow. Now I've already bashed this off quite a bit. So here's the job, here's the mission. Before it really builds up. Oh no. Bit flustered. Right, before it really builds up, we've got to go and clear it off. My worry is tonight, overnight, is if it snows a lot while I'm asleep, what's going to happen? Right, let me bring you outside to have a look. Yeah, that's better. Right. So yeah, I've already knocked some off. But we've got to knock more off. It's so heavy. You know what? I might have to bring the awning in. This might just be a bit too risky. I've got to make a call. Do I keep the awning out or not? No, it's too risky. So let's bring the awning in. Oh man, this is going to be difficult in these conditions, but I've just got to do it. Okay, and here's the thing, I'm going to have to do it without gloves on. Look, it's really coming down now. Alright, let's do this. I've got to do it quickly before it really settles. Right. Got to put all the poles in. Okay, just one more pole at the front. Okay, now I've got to release the front bit and the rear bit. Oh, what a nightmare. I'll be the first to admit it, I didn't think this through properly. Oh, I can't feel my hands. But it's impossible to do with gloves on. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, right. Let's try that again. Fingers. You get to a point where your hands are so cold you just can't feel anything. What was that? Whew. Okay, great success. Can't feel anything. Right, I need to clear up the ropes, guy ropes, and then I'll bring you all back. That was a close call. Okay, so that's the dock ranger. They're like the park rangers here. And he's he's kicking all of them out. So let me just turn this around. So all those camper vans that you can see behind me are rental camper vans. Some are private. And he's stopping off at each one and telling them they need to leave because they don't have the capability of getting out of here to the village. If half a meter of snow comes by the morning, they've got no chance of getting out of here, so they'll be stuck here. He said, I can stay because I've got the truck and I'm capable of getting out to the village. He says, but the chances are they're going to lock the gates, close the gates at the main road to go from the village back out past the lake where we filmed coming in yesterday. They're expecting half a meter of snow to land and settle on the road. Just a warning. And I was going to be leaving tomorrow morning. That's not going to happen now. So now I've got to change everything. I've got to think about what I want to do. I've got enough gas to heat and keep myself warm for a few days. I've got enough food for almost a week because I've got MRE supplies. I always carry MRE supplies. I've got 40 litres of water. Avalanche. I've got 40 litres of water, so I've got enough stuff. Let me bring you around here to the truck so I can stand under the panel here. Yeah, so I could, where am I? Oh, I'm here. Sorry. I could leave and call it off, which would be the normal sort of sensible thing to do. But I don't need to because I'm well prepared. I've got so much gear. This tent, well, it will handle a snow load. It's a pretty strong tent. And with the heating on, the snow's not settling on it anyway. So I'm going to hunker down. That's just what you do. I could be here for another 2 days. The truck will have no problem. It is what it is. All right, everyone. I think what we'll do is I'll put my waterproofs on and we'll walk down to the main village bit and just see what everyone else is doing and just have a look around. So I'll bring you back walking down there. I've put my hood back on. Oh, I jinxed it. Wow, look at it coming down. So we're gonna go, just do my trousers up. Okay, we're gonna go check out the center, the kitchen area, because we might have to hang out in there tonight. I don't know how many nights we're gonna be here now. Look at it coming down. It's lovely. All right. I'm glad I got that awning in, because if we get serious snow, Could you imagine how bad that would be? Yeah, that would be very bad. So as it is, the tent is going to have to deal with this all by itself now. No protection. I'm sure it will cope. If I've got the heating on, it will be fine. I could set a pole up in the center here to help with this, to kick it off. But when the heating's on, that will all melt off. It will be fine. So let's go check out what's going on elsewhere. Down at the center. We'll leave the truck here. It'll all be good. All right, oh, the ranger is still there. I think he's trying to make sure that people leave. But he told me specifically I could stay because I've got the right truck for it. The beast. Look at that. But these guys, I think, are going to have to go. So they've got to go just a few kilometers down to the village to where that hotel is and park in the day parking there. This guy does not have four-wheel drive. He will not be able to get to the village if it snows heavily tonight. So that's why they specifically told them you've got to go. Yeah, so they won't be here tonight. The guy in the caravan over there came here specifically for this apparently, and he's got a 4x4, so he's allowed to stay. This is why you have lots of supplies and you always overshop. This is why I bought so much and why I carry MREs with me as well. Military meals ready to eat. I've got full days of them in the back of the truck. So I knew this place has a tendency to shut down when serious snow is coming. They literally close the gates at the road, at the entrance to the village even, so you can't even get to the village. So that's why I got here a day early, because I just suspected maybe if I got here today, it would be too late. So there's the ranger vehicle, Department of Conservation Ranger. He's walked off to check if there's anybody on the track. So he's got to make sure that's clear and that there's nobody left behind stranded. But we're going to have this place to ourselves. It's just going to be us and that one caravan over there. Yeah, they look well set up for it. That's a serious caravan. What trailer. Okay, this camper van here, they're getting ready to go. They've been asked to leave as well. Again, that's just a standard camper van. Doesn't have any four-wheel drive capability, nothing, no ground clearance. They would be stuck here. Not a winterized vehicle either, probably. So as I said, all the facilities are closed, so all the toilets are closed and there's no running water here at all. But the kitchen area is open and will stay open. Oh. Clear that off. Can you see? Sorry, there's water. Difficult filming conditions. So this is, oh, here we go, look. Alert, campground, shut down, shut off for winter. Please be advised, the running toilets and drinking water access is closed for winter due to freezing temperatures, blah, 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 blah. There are portaloos, if I needed to do, well, I will do, a number 2. I was tempted to bring my own toilet with me, because I have got one. But then when I found out that they had those portaloos here, I thought, no need. Ah, there's a warbler. There you go. Hello. So for those who say there's no birds, we're making it up. There's one. Actually, that's a chaffinch, sorry. Looking for scraps. They're so tame. Hello. What you doing? Hey. So, yep, there's these. The portaloos are just there, those green structures. And you see there's some cars parked over there. So that's these cars, where those paradise ducks are over there as well. All these cars, they might be on the track. And the track goes for miles to Hooker Lake. And what he's doing, the ranger, is getting them off there and getting them out of here because they can't stay here. Look at the snow come down. And they won't plow this. Not until, they won't plow from the village, he said, until maybe the next day. They won't bother until the event has stopped. So they actually close the gates, lock the gates. So we will be locked in here. Well, locked into the village. If all hell broke loose, I could go to the village and go and stay in the hotel. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to stick it out, hunker down. I did have a dentist appointment. I'm going to miss that now. Oh, look, they're leaving. All leaving. One gone. He's gone. These ones are tiny. He's already skidding. I could hear it. Yeah, they're going to have to leave. Oh, I can hear. So these are the main toilets. Close winter. I can hear skidding. Oh, the bins are available. Okay, so they do rubbish collection. People are skidding already. Not the right vehicles. Okay, right everybody. I might just sit here and watch the snow a bit. Because it just looks pretty and it's nice in here. Might close these doors. Oh, I see, they've left the doors open because the bird is in. That's why they've left the doors open. They don't want it trapped in here. All right, I'll leave them open. Oh, you're following me. There's no lighting in here? Oh, there is lighting. Okay, solar lighting. Hey, look, those camper vans have gone to actually park up. Oh, well, we'll see. I thought they were asked to leave, but maybe they're going to stay. Maybe they convinced them they could stay. And they'll take the risk, and that it's their risk. I mean, it is properly coming down now. This is heavy snow. If we get half a meter, that'll be insane. All right, everyone, I'll bring you back later. This amount of snow has accumulated in just 20 minutes that I was away. And this is my vent down here. So I need to keep the vents clear. I guess I've got venting at the front as well, but this tent really wasn't designed to be used in the snow. How's that? That's better. So I've got to keep the vents clear. Everything around the feet, the base. Which is going to be easier said than done. Oh, got to get the back of the tent now. I could open one side. And have it attached like that, and that will vent the whole thing. Okay, so now I've got venting inside, and the snow will just fall down the side here. It's not going to come in. There's mesh here, and it's waterproof inner there as well. But it's just to stop the snow from building up there. Yeah, that'll do a good job. I could even put another one out at the back if necessary. But I think we're looking good. Okay, I need to get inside and put the heating on. So I could set the poles up and have my awning coming out, but the snow will just build up on this instead. I feel a lot better knowing that that's vented now. Alright, so excuse the sound of the truck. I'm just charging up the batteries, getting as much out of it as possible before I have my coffee. Another ranger just came by and said, that's it, they're closing the road. So they're actually closing the campground. So the gates to the actual campground are going to be shut. They won't be locked, but they're not letting anyone else in. But if there's an emergency we wanted to leave, we can leave. So I think there's just 2 other vans here and that's it. It's just us. He says we're on the line. Don't know, could be 10 centimeters or it could be half a meter. So I've got to hunker down, plan for the long game. I guess I'm not getting out of here tomorrow because the road will be closed and there's no way out once they close that road. They do lock those gates. So I guess I've got another night here. Oh well, is what it is. So I've got plenty of time to film, and I've probably got all day to film tomorrow as well. So you know what? I'm gonna have my coffee. I'm gonna bring you back at dinner time. We've got thunder and lightning now, and the snow's still coming down. But there's a big storm. I wasn't expecting thunder and lightning. Okay, we'll be doing dinner soon. Still just chilling out. Beautiful. And I'm cozy, toasty. Occasionally I have to knock the snow off the top. But the heat is coming up from the fire and doing a good job of keeping the snow off. All right, bring you back for dinner. It's cold, it's snowy. I'm hoping you can see me and that the camera is picking up my face okay and that I'm in focus. Filming in snow is very, very difficult. Right, first things first, before we do dinner, there's a lot of snow on this roof, on this door, and I've got to let it all fall off. So here we go. Hang on, let me just watch this, it's going to go flying. Okay, ready? It's been accumulating. Same on the back. Well, that didn't fall off. Right. Oh. Well, somewhere here I've got a thermometer. Still 0. I don't think it's going to get much colder than this. Maybe another degree colder. Right, so what we've got is for dinner burgers. So what time is it? It's sort of, I think it's almost 7 p.m. The camera is going to be struggling because I'm moving around, sorry. So here's the situation. Judging by the amount of snow that's falling and the fact that it does not seem to be letting up, I would say we're going to be stuck here for at least another day. Just happens. I've called Anne, I've told her, said sorry, this is what it is. I'm prepared, it's okay, not a problem. One of the guy in the caravan and his son came over to say hello, and that if I needed anything, just go and knock on the door. Very sweet of them, very nice of them, Kiwis. Kiwi hospitality, they're great. Now what I could do is I could go and cook in the kitchen area. That would be what a normal person would do. But I'm not normal. So I'm gonna cook it here in the vestibule on the cob grill. I'm gonna cook burgers. We're gonna have a great meal. It's gonna be so tasty, I can't wait. Right now I'm noticing a bit of a snow build up again. The tent is doing a great job. It's not designed for snow, it really isn't. But it's holding up, no problem. So I'm quite happy with that. Opening the vents was definitely the right move because now we've got almost a foot of snow along the edges, blocking all the vents. It's going to be totally blocked up by the morning, leaning in on the sides. That's okay. That's not a big deal. Because I've opened the two side doors, we've got venting. Before we go to bed, I'll go around and just make some clearance and stuff like that. It'll be fine. The issue will be the roof. But what I'm going to do is bring the heater into the vestibule, zip it all up and have the heater running in the vestibule, and that will keep the roof clear of any snow overnight. I've got plenty of gas to last another day and a night. Not a problem. I'm getting hot in this jacket. This jacket, this Corinthia military jacket for the Austrian army. I don't know what it is. I can't remember the name of it. But holy moly, it's so hot. What is this thing? And I haven't even got all the layers on it. I haven't got the snow thing on it at all or anything. Let me tell you what it is. It is the ECIG 4.0. So Corinthia ECIG, ECIG, like electronic cigarette, 4.0. It's toasty warm. I think it's rated down to -30. Or is it -40? One or the other. I've been out and very cold in this and been toasty, and now I'm getting very hot. Right, let's get the burgers. We can't put it off any longer. Burgers, cheese slices. I've got some Coke here. I'm going to take the Coke in there with me. I've got so much food. I've got so much meat and MREs and all sorts. It's going to last me ages. I've got a beer in there. I'll take my wine. I'll take my wine cup just in case. We're going to have some wine. But yeah, right, let's cook some burgers up. Okay, so the snow is coming straight in. Oh dear. I mean, it's a brilliant vestibule, but it's coming right into here even. But you know what? That could change any minute. So I'm not going to bother moving again because you just can't tell. Right, let's crank this up. Okay. I think that's on. Yep, that's on. All right, we'll let that get to temperature. We've got to prep our burgers. Whew. So look, this is the first time I think I've ever done a manual focus on the camera. It is fixed in place. Usually when you do autofocus, which is what I usually do, I usually have it on full auto. But in snow, it doesn't work. It goes fit, 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 fit with the snow. It gets very confused. So by doing manual focus, we should be good. So I've got Swiss cheese. This should be lovely. I tell you what, this is what I wanted. I am happy. And I think, you know, I've got a lot of tents. There's a lot of tents I could have brought on this. And some of them, like my hot tent, the RBM hot tent, the Panda one, the Panda tent, would have been perfect here. The Panda tent would have been amazing. Running this heater in, I wouldn't have had to run a stove, because again, banned here. You're not allowed to burn any fires, including a stove here. But the only issue with that tent is it's massive. It's 30 kilos. It takes up so much room in the truck. And I wanted lighter weight. This thing doesn't weigh much. It's pretty light. Takes up not much room in the back of the truck. Everything else I've got, like the Zempires, they all take up a ton of room. The only other one could have been the Wawona. But that's a cold tent. I would not use that in snow. It doesn't retain any warmth at all, because it's made for summer, really. This thing isn't made for winter either, and it condensates like hell, but it's strong in terms of the frame. It's strong. It's big. It's meant to be a 4-person tent. No way you're fitting 4 people in here. But for me, it's big. It's plenty big enough. And it's got this dark material, which I like. Easy to set up. Pops up, and then you just chuck the rainfly on and you're done. But it's got this brilliant vestibule, and that's what I love about it, is the vestibule. There are things I would change about the vestibule. I would actually have a 2-way zip. So you could zip it from the bottom up and have the top down, or just options. I just want options, you know. I would also have a clip system so you could have it rolled, say, halfway up. You know, different things to the ideal tent. So look, the snow is just turned into little flaky stuff. And now I'm trusting that I'm in focus. I've said it. That's all I can do. There's nothing more I can do. This whole thing, I might be out of focus, which would be a nightmare. But as I say, full auto won't work in these conditions. Right, now that brightness that you're seeing happen is, there's something up with this light that I use, this Phoenix light. It goes bright, and then it turns down a bit, and then it goes bright again. Something to do with the cold triggers that. When it's extremely cold, it's like it has to heat the battery up or something for it to work properly. So if you see it go bright, that's why. You saw on the camera, I filmed a little bit. We had thunder and lightning earlier in a snowstorm. I always find that weird. Okay, we're going to do 2 burgers. We'll just have single cheeseburgers, but 2 of them. I'm not doing my usual doubles. I want to save some food. I don't know how long we're going to be here. Even though I've got tons of food, you just never know. Okay. And as I've said, I don't have to worry about predators. We don't have any predators in New Zealand. That's it. So I'll put these back in the fridge. I mean, there's no urgency to put them in the fridge. I'll just put them here. It's 0 out here anyway. It's colder than in the fridge. I've got a beer somewhere. Here we go. I've got a Cassell's Woolston Pale Ale. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming. Nice. Now my table is firmly embedded in there. I could bring this thing out again and have it here as a table, but it's right here. It's fine. It's fine. Don't need that faff. It's okay. So I've got burger buns. I need my plate. I'm hoping these burger buns are already sliced. No, of course they're not. Right, gotta get my plate. Right, we'll put the burgers back. I need my plate. And do I need a knife? Yes. Knife. All good. Am I making these chili burgers? No, just cheeseburgers with tomato ketchup. I think I've got mustard here. Yeah, no chili sauce. So I've got my English mustard, got my tomato ketchup, everything we need. Okay, now you're back on full auto again because it stopped snowing. So while there's a lull, we'll let full auto do its job. See how good the Sony engineers are. If you're wondering what camera I'm using, it's the Sony A7R5. Ooh, okay. Why don't the buns come cut? Oh, I'm so happy. People ask me why I don't come camping with Anne. Bring her along. Oh, condensation just dripped on me. She would be miserable in these conditions. Just miserable. She would not like this. Maybe in a fully insulated camper van, like Buddy, she'd be happier. But yeah, she would not like the cold. She does not like the cold at all. Right, I'm just looking for my tomato ketchup. Someone said to me, silly calling it tomato ketchup. Have I mentioned this before? What else would it be? Of course it's tomato ketchup. No, not true. There are other ketchups, just to let you know. But there's only one Heinz tomato ketchup. This is a mini one. This is a good stuff. And then obviously there's only one Coleman's English mustard. I wonder how much Coleman's owe me in sales. Okay, let's put the cheese. Let's turn these over and put the cheese on them. Oh, they smell fantastic. We'll go with double cheese layers. I hope you can see this down here. Have I left that in shot? I hope I have. There's a breeze, cool breeze kicking off. We don't like that. We don't want wind. We want calm. All right, that's that. I'm just going to put these back in the fridge. And we are rocking. Now, I've got somewhere a towel. I've got a towel to mop up some of this condensation because it is dripping on me. Whoa. I guess there was a lot of snow on there as well. So let's get that off. Imagine what that's going to be like in the morning if it snows all night. Right now it's sort of sleety rain. Very odd. Oh, I need these. Right, should just be a minute and I'll bring you back. Oh, we're good. All right, now what I need to do is toast the buns. Just the bottoms. Ah, this is brilliant. This is worth 9 hours of driving, 8 hours of driving, whatever it was. Yeah. I think it's raining. So this is what happens. It rains for about a few minutes and then suddenly turns into snow again. Very, very weird. But obviously as it gets colder in the middle of the night, it's just going to turn into snow. So who knows what's going to happen. It's a bit worrying that they've closed the road. I don't know that they know any more than I do though about the forecast. Excuse me. Gosh. This Cobb grill, the gas version, 100% recommend this thing. Because it's just so much easier to use than the charcoal version. Charcoal's a pain. There's a lot of places here, and in summer, you can't use that. Ah, it's dripping from where I folded it. But it doesn't matter, it's not touching me. There are places you can't use it in fire-restricted seasons. You can't use a charcoal burner even. But gas you can always use. So I thoroughly recommend the gas version of this Cobb grill. It's superb, it really is. It just makes cooking a breeze. Look at that. Perfectly toasted buns. Okay. Let's do this. Please don't drop anything. Oh, crispy bits of cheese. All right, we need mustard. And yep, I put a lot on. I can take it. Don't do this unless you can take very, very spicy. Like wasabi. And no, I'm not putting anything else on it. No greens, no lettuce or anything. I showed Anne the contents of my fridge earlier. And she said, oh, lots of meat. Are there any greens in there? And I said, oh yeah. And I showed her the thyme. The herb that I used in the lamb. She's like, oh my God. Okay, here we go. Oh boy. Two delicious Angus cheeseburgers in the snow. Does life get any better than this? Pause the video, go and make cheeseburgers. Don't watch this unless you've got some food. Oh, you know what I need to do is take my gloves off. I got a little bit damp. What I might do, how hot is this? That's fine. Put them on there, let them dry off a bit. I've turned it off. Yeah, go and make some cheeseburgers. Bon appetit, everybody. So delicious. I'll bring you back for a cigar after I've had these. Thanks again, everyone. Ah, that dinner was epic. The snow has been replaced by a sort of a sleet, and I'm sure it's going to become a snow again. It just is what it is. It just happens. But I bought my gas burner with me as well as an option, so saved having to use the electricity of the normal kettle. Gas is always good, and it works fine in these temperatures. Don't want to use up all my electricity because I can't charge it now. Once it gets below 0, that's it. It won't charge anymore, the lithium batteries, and it's already reporting an error saying no, can't charge it anymore. So it is what it is. Now I hope I'm in focus. Again, I'm so sorry if I'm not. It's just I can't tell. I've had to manually do the focus. Whoop. Because otherwise the camera is going to be focusing on the snow, which is sort of snow sleet. So we're having a Ramos Alones Havana. Lovely. We're going to have a hot chocolate and a cigar in the snow. Was it raining last night in cigar time? I don't think it was. I think it had stopped raining even. In the snowy sleet. It's not going to be much of a cigar time again, because I did one last night, and also I think we might be here another night. If we're not, okay, so you miss out on another full cigar time. But there's only really a couple of things I want to talk about. Excuse me. Gosh. Now here comes the snow. Luckily I've got plenty of beer and wine. I need something strong. I need a stout. Where's my stouts? There we go, milk stout. Lovely. And I have that with my hot chocolate. Now, the gas is freezing cold, so the flame, you probably can't see it, but the flame is tiny. It's heating the plate that will heat the gas. But it's okay, it's not that bad. So I did all my thank yous on last night, but thank you again everyone for coming for cigar time. Right, now there's a plate, a conductive heat plate that runs around the gas that's meant to make that flame go hotter. You can shake the gas or just swap it out for a warmer gas cylinder. Now I've got warmed up ones in there. It would be a lot quicker if I just swapped it out. But we're not in a hurry. What are we in a hurry for? There's nothing about, there's no hurry. Oh, I hope I'm in focus. If I'm not, if I've screwed this up, then I'm so sorry. Right, so what's been happening? As I said, this is a short one. Well, I guess the biggest news for me today was the Formula One race in Belgium, Spa, and George Russell won the race and Lewis Hamilton came second. Max Verstappen, I think, was down in 5th or something. Turns out George Russell's car, Mercedes, so this was a Mercedes 1-2, turns out his car was underweight. Now I think it was underweight by 1.8 kilos. And I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, wait, 1.8 kilos is nothing. But here's the thing, 1.8 kilos could be worth 0.1 of a second per lap. When you add that up over a lot of laps, that's a lot of time. It also means that that car is faster. Now, what happened was towards the end of the race, Lewis Hamilton was desperately trying to overtake George Russell, just couldn't quite pip him, even though he was on fresher tyres. And the reason it turns out that he couldn't get past him was because his car was 1.8 kilos lighter. That's unfair. It's not right. It's not George Russell's fault. It's Mercedes' team fault. But basically what happened was George Russell only stopped for tyres once. Lewis Hamilton stopped twice. George Russell used up all of his tyre tread. So there was hardly any tread left. So it had burnt all that rubber off. And on the cool down, there was no cool down lap. So he couldn't collect loads of rubber, which is what they usually do, is drive onto the marbles. The thing was, he was so busy celebrating his victory, he forgot to drive onto the marbles to collect all that debris to make the tyres heavier. So he came in underweight and they disqualified him. So Lewis Hamilton inherited the win. No matter what you think, Lewis Hamilton actually deserved that victory because he was in a heavier car, which was legal, and could have taken George Russell if it had been a fair fight. So, yeah, unfair on Lewis Hamilton to not have had the victory. But as it turns out, all sorted in the end. So I think that was Lewis Hamilton's, I don't know, how many victories has he had? 105? It's an insane number. And he's got, what is that, 202 podiums? Just the records that Lewis Hamilton has are incredible. He's trounced Michael Schumacher on pretty much every single record there is except World Championships, which they're even on. But to be honest, Lewis Hamilton should have an extra World Championship, but they robbed him of it and gave it to Max Verstappen. So technically, Lewis Hamilton is the greatest racing driver of all time. He's going to have to, obviously, there are naysayers, and he's going to have to get out there and actually win that world championship to set himself aside. I don't know when he can do that. If he could do that with Ferrari next year, maybe. That would be amazing. Good. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was this drive home. I don't know what's going to happen. I've spoken to Anne. She knows I could be delayed. But we just don't know what's going to happen. I could be stuck here for another day. So I've got to start planning and behaving as if I am going to spend another at least 24 hours here. Which means conserve certain things. Now, I've got plenty of food. I don't need to conserve food at all. Water, I've got 40 litres of water. I don't need to conserve water. Nobody consumes 40 litres of water in 2 days. I've got about 70%, 65-70% of my power left. That's fine. That's running the fridge and charging my gear. If necessary, I could plug the Starlink in, but I don't need to. There's mobile signal. And I could, my backup heat source, because I've got this gas heater, my backup heating source is the fan heater that I've got that I can run off of the inverter as well. The reason I say backup heat source, because even though I've got this and I've got basically 4 other gas cylinders to run it, and this is still running off the big one, if this breaks or malfunctions or gets clogged up, I don't have a heat source at all. Except, well, I guess this could act as a heat source. I guess the Cobb grill could act as a heat source. But as a last resort, I've got my electric heater in there, my fan heater, which is an 1800 watt heater you can turn down. That would be ample. But you need battery power to run it, and I've only got 70% left. So it wouldn't last that long. If worst came to worst, I could pack up shop, and go to the hotel, the Hermitage. But I really, really, really don't want to do that. I'm sure that's full. I'm sure there's loads of people there because they will have been told they can't leave. Although maybe actually people got out of there because they have places to go. So actually maybe it's not full. Okay. Tonight, I'm going to be listening constantly. I can't wear earplugs tonight. I need to hear everything. I need to listen to that sound. If I can't hear that, 2 things have happened. It's either stopped snowing, or there's so much snow on the roof that I can't hear it anymore. Which means I've got to tap it off. But my plan is still to run this heater tonight. Either in here or out here. To stop that from happening. Stop that snow build up. Because if 30 centimeters of snow fall tonight on this tent, I don't know what damage it might create. That's very, very heavy. So, we'll work that out later. Right, this is just boiling now. And I've got my stout, my Cassell's milk stout. I love this stuff. Cheers, everybody. Oh, that's nice. I prefer that to Guinness any day. So, oh, I'm getting dripped on condensation. Oh no, it's the edge. Oh no, it is condensation. Anyway, I will bring you all back unless something major happens in between now and bedtime. I'll bring you all back at bedtime. I'm going to switch over the sleeping bag to the Big Agnes Diamond Park. I've got a feeling I'll be more comfortable in that tonight and have a less of a restless sleep, because you can turn over and everything, and it's attached to the pad, and very, very comfy. Very, very comfy. Right, everyone, bring you back later. Welcome back, everybody. It's so cold. It's late. I've got the heater running, aiming it out to the vestibule. I've got the inner door open. The vestibule is closed, obviously. I've got all the ventilation open, and I've got that heater running to keep it on all night. So I'm going to use a lot of gas tonight, I think. But it's worth it because I don't want the snow to build up on the tent. And it is snowing. It's been snowing for quite a while. And I can hear big clumps of snow falling off the tent because of the heater. So it's worth doing. And also I don't want it to freeze in here. Because condensation gets bad, and yeah, it's just not nice. It's cold down here though, at ground level. I'm in my 0 degree Fahrenheit Big Agnes Diamond Park. I'm going to be toasty warm in this. Got my down booties on. Yeah, it's all going to be good. And I got my proper pillow, and it's all attached in here. I've been sitting on the chair, on my, you can't see it, but there, on the US military bag. It's perfect because you can get in it and zip it up to your hips, and it's just so warm being that thing. Like a cocoon of warmth. Alright, everybody, unless something major happens in the middle of the night, bring you back in the morning to what? I don't know. I just don't know. I guess we'll find out in the morning whether I'm going to manage to get out of here tomorrow or not. I'll tell you one thing, I'm not looking forward to packing everything down. Packing this tent down. In the snow. Oh well, is what it is. Yeah, so we'll find out in the morning. I don't know how I'm going to find out. I guess I'm going to have to call the rangers, call Doc, and find the Department of Conservation and find out if the road is open to let me out. But I'll be able to just see from here. If there's 2 feet of snow here, then I know I'm not getting out because there's no way they'll open the road with that much. If there's only a few more centimeters, like 10 centimeters like that, then I'll be able to go. Alright, everyone. I'll bring you back if anything happens. I'm so tired. It's been a lovely, relaxing evening. See you in the morning. Good night, everybody. Sit rep. It's 4 a.m. I've just had to get up because, oh, we've got some dripping here. Oh, it's condensation. This has been happening. Condensation dripping everywhere here. But the bigger problem is the fire's gone out. Because, look, gas cylinder is frozen. So I need to fix this ASAP. Just gotta shake it up. See, look, the bottom is all frozen there. Okay, try that. There we go. We're cranking again. Okay. Alright, we're back in business. If I turn this down, you'll see. Heat's on. So, this happens. Look at all that at the bottom there. Frozen solid to the ground. Look at that. The whole tank is frozen, so you've got to shake it about. And I do have another tank, so that's not a big deal. Condensation's not that bad, considering what's going on outside, which I can't actually show you because, well, there's about a foot of snow now. And the heater is what's stopping, the fire is what's stopping it from settling on the roof. I don't think you can see outside even if I showed you. Let me try and show you, because there's no actual windows in here that you can open. So let me turn this light off and then aim outside. Now I don't know if that's coming up on camera or not, but there's, I'd say, almost a foot, just under a foot, maybe 10 inches, no, actually maybe that's more like 8 inches of snow that's on that bench out there. And the only thing stopping that from settling on top of the tent and collapsing the tent is that heater. So I've got to keep that heater going. I also have one spare tank in here with me that I can screw into it, but they're only good for about 4.5 hours. Whereas this big tank can run this thing for a couple of days. So that's cranking, I can feel the heat now. So I've just got to keep shaking it. Whenever it stops, I've got to shake that gas cylinder up. That's twice it's happened now in the space of a couple of hours. Oh boy. All right, in other news, it's colder down here, I'll tell you that. Oh, I'm gonna get my snug sleeping bag. All right, sorry, in other news, I've got to go and turn the light off. I just checked the weather. I just checked the highways agency for our road to go out that we came in on. Remember the road down by the lake? And the ranger warned me that if it got bad, then they'll close it. And he doesn't know how long they'll close it for. Well, I just looked, and let me show you on here what we're looking at. Here we go. So these are the highway conditions. The black no entry sign. So we're here, right at the end of the road here, where those green tracks start. That's where we are. And there's now a black line all the way along the Lake Pukaki that we came along. And when I click on that, it says road closure, no detour available. Last updated 3 a.m. So this was 2 hours ago. It's 5 a.m. now, sorry. Due to snow, State Highway 80 is closed. Also, even if I managed to get out of there, this is the way I have to go. And this is also the main highway is now closed. Last updated half an hour ago. State Highway 8. So we are completely cut off in all directions. There is no detour available. That's it. We're stranded. So with the road closures, I'm stuck here. And there's no way out. So I guess I'm here another at least 24 hours. Oh well, might as well try and get some sleep. Bring you back in the morning. I can hear massive clumps of snow falling off the tent. Oh boy. Alright. Bring you back later. Oh, morning everyone. Right, I think it's just turned 7 a.m. and the fire, 10 past 7. And I just heard the heater go out. It made the noise, it roars and then cuts out. which means I've got to shake the tank again. But I guess also it's time to get up and assess what's going on outside. Now, it's been snowing non-stop, so it should be interesting. So I've got to get up, I've got to get dressed. It's early, it's going to be quite dark out still, but there's no point lying here. I've got to get this gas sorted out anyway, so I might as well get up. Actually could do with a coffee. Gets cold in here so quickly once that heater goes out. Really quickly. Okay. Right. Let's go and have a look. It's lightened up a bit out there now. And I can hear what I think is a snowplow. So let's see what we're dealing with. Okay. Wow. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Whoa. Oh, okay, so we've had, that's probably 8 inches. Yeah. Not bad. And I've got one hell of a build up here. So this is where the door was, obviously it was pushing against the door. I'm assuming the top of the tent is clear. I can't see it from here, I'll have to look at the camera here. But I'm assuming that's all clear because I've had the heater running all night. And it's just been falling down the sides. Yeah, you can see how deep it is over there on the bench. It's not far off a foot. And it's still sort of snowing, but lightly. And the interesting thing is we've got the snowplow coming round. Alright, I guess I've got some work to do. I need to get a coffee on. But I want to also shovel a path going round. And get that snow off the side there. Yeah, it would be nice to shovel a path all the way around, and the shovel is on the other side of the truck. But that's okay, I'll just walk through. Alright, let's get on with it. Alright, need to get the shovel on the other side. Oh, it's a winter wonderland. Lovely. Oh, I definitely need gloves on for this. Whoa! Oh dear. Right, let's get shoveling. Woo! Oh man. Tell you what, snow, or the shoveling show, it's hot work. Okay, right, I've warmed up a gas canister, so we're gonna have a coffee in here. So I'm just gonna swap this canister out. This isn't on my fire, I've just turned it off. Right. I've got ice in there. It could have been a lot worse. I'd say this is the perfect quantity, because much more than this, it would take them so long to clear the road. And that would be a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, I've turned the heating off. So you're going to start to see snow build up on the tent. But it doesn't look like it's overly heavy now. In the middle of the night, it got quite heavy at one point. Right, I've got my cup. Cappuccino. Gotta say, I'm happy. So you see, with the big hot tent that I had, the Panda tent, that doesn't have a vestibule either. So, again, you can't sit out like this. You'd have to set some sort of tarp up. And I really like large vestibules. I think all tents should have that option of a clip-on decent vestibule. Now with this one, I would say, yeah, just a minor adjustment on the door. I could say they could even take it forward a bit more, but it's still better than nothing. And it wasn't designed for the snow, so you know, this was designed for if it was raining or if it was super sunny and you needed to get into the shade. I hope you're enjoying this snow, everyone. It's absolutely beautiful. I've got to show you what it looks like from where I'm sitting. Okay. See the difference in the flame now that I've heated the gas up. Incredible. And this is why I bought a backup with gas. My normal kettle and stuff, just in case I get electrical failure or run out of battery. I'm not sure how much battery is left in there. I haven't used it, it's just been running the fridge, but the fridge won't have been doing anything. So after, I don't know, how long have we been here? 3 days? Something like that. 3 days? I don't even know what day it is today. I've still got 68%. So the date today is the 30th, Tuesday. I was meant to leave this morning. That's not happening. I'm going to text my mechanic and tell him, sorry, I'm not going to make it. So there's a layer of ice on the gas tank, and it shows me the level of where the gas is. It's difficult to explain, but there's a line. So look, there's a line of ice. See that? That line. There. That line of ice is how low the gas tank is. It's where the gas is. Yeah. So that's an easy way to tell there's still that much gas left. I've still got a third of tank of gas in there. So yeah, it's quite interesting to be able to visualize your gas supply like that. Cheers, everybody. In the distance, I can hear a snowplow. So they're working to clear the track, the road, from the village to here only, I'm assuming. Just in case someone needs to get out. But that stretch of road, the main highway, is closed. That highway is 30 kilometers long, I think. That's a lot of road they've got to clear. And they're not going to bother until it stops snowing. It's just how they do it here. So we just got to sit it out and wait. Which probably means I'll do pancakes for breakfast. I didn't bring any oil. Can't believe I forgot my oil. I have a non-stick pan. And I didn't get butter. It was the worst shopping I think I've done because I didn't get butter and I didn't get oil. And I forgot that I just didn't have it in the fridge. Silly. Right, everyone, bring you back later for pancakes. All right, time for pancakes, everybody. So I've got no oil. Oh well. It'll be fine. Got my buttermilk pancake mix. I figure if I get the pan hot enough. And also, actually, you know what? I think these come with some fats in them. So it won't be so bad. Just got to get it hot enough and let the non-stick do its thing. That looks good. All right, here we go, moment of truth. If they stick, they stick, whatever. Make a massive one. Don't mess around. Food is fuel. I know people will say, oh, it's too thick, but it's, or too big. I like them big. All right, so we don't want to burn it. So I'll turn it to simmer. And we'll just keep an eye on it. And then when we're good to go, I've got some strawberry jam. And somewhere I've got my maple syrup. Here we go. Oh Canada, 100% pure maple syrup. Which will be fantastic. And you can see there are bubbles forming in the pancakes now. Perfect. Just got to keep an eye on it, that's all. This non-stick GSI pan has really been through the battles, so I don't know how good it's going to be at this. The snow. These snowflakes are so thick. So the situation right now with the weather is it's occasionally gusting. You can't see the trees, but some of the snow is blown off the trees, getting the occasional gust. It's actually helping because it's blowing snow off the tent. But the sheer amount of snow that's coming down now and the thickness, I mean, look out, these flakes are massive, massive. I think there's no chance they're going to open the road. No chance. They'll just open this track between here and the village. So we'll have this pancake, have some maple syrup, then I've got to go and pay a visit to the toilet, and we'll take it from there. Now I'm smelling a little bit of burning. I've turned this right down though. Just got to let the air get in there. You see? Non-stick. It does work. Now something that you haven't seen on this channel for a long time. Oops. Oh, I messed that up. But it's okay. It'll still work. Something you haven't seen on this channel for a long time is the pancake flip. Well, I think we're going to be ready to do one very soon. Okay, here we go. This is going to, I haven't done one for a long time. Oh! Great success! Perfect pancake flip in the snow. And you hadn't seen one for so long. Oh, that's awesome. Right, now what I want to do is, while that's cooking, is actually pour the maple syrup on now. The snowflakes falling on it. And you might be wondering why. Well, it's the best way to heat up the maple syrup. You don't want to pour cold maple syrup on your pancakes. It ruins it. Whereas this way, it'll boil up and mix with it. Look at that. It's a lot of maple syrup. Lovely. And I might even just be able to eat it in the pan. I am just winning. There's so much snow on the lens. I hope it's clear. I hope you can see me. Sorry about this. Let me pull the umbrella down a bit. That might help. Crazy conditions. Crazy. So the situation is we're definitely stuck here. Oh well. Yeah, I'm going to eat this in the pan. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to fold it over and put it in my plate. Yeah. Fold it over, put it in the plate. That's a testament to how good this pan is. Oh, that's cooked beautifully. That is a testament to how good this pan is, that I did that without any oil. Oh, and it's soaked up, it's lovely. Okay. And we'll also have another coffee. Okay. Right, we need to squeeze the strawberry jam on. That's warmed up now because I've had it under the plate, which was obviously my intention. Tear it corner. Really? Nope. Alright, strawberry jam. Can't believe I didn't buy butter. What a tool. I was distracted. Didn't have a shopping list. Oh, perfect. Oh, I think I should add even more syrup. And there we have it. Buttermilk pancakes with maple syrup and jam in the snow, in the middle of nowhere. Bon appetit, everybody. Bon appetit. Oh. Oh, so fluffy. Wow. Yum. I can't remember the last time I had pancakes. But oh, they're so good. Okay, everyone, I'm going to have this pancake, have my coffee, and bring you back, and we'll go and check out what's going on. All right, I'm going to go to the loo to do number 2. But I've just seen something as I closed the inner door. Look at this. Unfortunately, I burnt it and I didn't even know I'd done it. And what I think happened was it must have touched this when it was scalding hot last night. Just must have moved it, or when I dragged it or something and it touched it. Oh well, I've got tape that will seal that up. Proper tape, and I have it with me as well if I wanted to use it. Oh, it's not one thing, it's another. Okay, now when you go to these long drops, you can't assume anything. You can't make an assumption that there's going to be toilet paper. So you do have to take toilet paper with you. And I just need to find mine. The toilet roll. And then close this. I've got stuff charging, all my lights and everything. Charging, I've got the inverter on because it's charging my computer. All right, that'll do. Right. Yeah, I've got this toilet roll in here now. I feel like I'm huge. Look at camp. How epic is that? Beautiful. Looks like there might be a bit of a melt going on, which doesn't surprise me. It's probably 1 degree. Oh, deep snow. So where's the road? Okay, so I'd say that's a good 8 inches. Oh, it looks like someone walked up here. Right, this is grim. I could have actually driven here instead of walking, but where's the fun in that? So there's just one camper van and one caravan, so he did stick around. That is not a four-wheel drive camper van, so he's not going anywhere anyway. Even if he wanted to now, he couldn't get out. Should have brought my goggles with me. I've actually got ski goggles with me, and I didn't bring them. That was stupid, wasn't it? Oh, oh, oh man. That was a slog. Oh, that was a slog. Well, it's quite mild in here. Well, everything's mild compared to out there. So I was just chatting. Oh God, actually it's getting a bit more like a blizzard out there. Blizzardy. Oh, it is. Look at this. Check this out. Wow, it's really kicked off. That's completely sideways. I don't know if you can pick it up. So I was just chatting to the people in the camper van there, and yeah, they're stuck here for a few days. They don't mind, but they don't have four-wheel drive. They don't have snow tires, and they don't have chains or anything. But they've got plenty of supplies. There's another guy I didn't see who's in a tiny little camper. I don't know if you can make him out over there. The white camper van. It's really small. And apparently he doesn't have even heating. So I might go and say hello to him, see how he's doing. You know, you just make sure everyone's all right. But I wish I brought my goggles along for this walk because it is just crazy out there now. Where did this come from? Wow, listen to that wind. I tell you what, I am in the right spot. And I've pitched it, luckily, correctly. You can see my truck.
So where I am, right in the distance over there, I don't know if you can make that out, but that is definitely the right spot to be, and it's calmer over there at that point. It's just here that the wind is ripping through like a blizzard. Right, I need to go and visit the loo. I'm not going to film that, but I'll show you where it is. The Portaloos. Oh, and there's another little van there. Maybe someone's stuck there in that one, I don't know. I didn't realise there were 2 extra vans here. Okay. Let's keep this door closed. Right, let's find this. Oh, there's no path. Can't see it. I'm having to forge my path. I hope this is the path, or else I'm going to fall in a stream. Oh, there's actually a van there. That's just a normal MPV. Maybe there is someone sleeping in it, I don't know. Good luck to them. So these are the Portaloos. That's a sign of how bad it really gets here. They're chained. Chained to the ground because of the wind. Wow, okay. I'm gonna go and do my stuff. I'll bring you back. Desperate to see what it actually looks like. This is it. It's clean, it's fine, and that is a long drop down to a cavernous pit that they pick up, put on the back of a truck and swap over. But yeah, that's it. Non-flushing toilets can be hard on the nose. Wow, it's dark in here. All right, bring you back. Ooh, okay, that felt good. Right, I've just seen 3 hikers. Campers? Oh, hikers. Must be mountaineers or something. They must be the ones in the small blue van. They've got backpacks on and they've just come off the track. So they must have been tenting overnight. Up at Hooker Lake. Crazy. I bet they had a good time. Right, everyone, bring you back when I get back to the tent. I'm just going to sit here and just chill for a minute. All right, not so blizzardy anymore. So those guys that were, those 3 people that were walking and obviously had camped overnight, they're over there. They're just warming their van up. I don't think they realise that the road's closed and the gates are closed, and they're not in 4-wheel drive. Yeah. And then here's that little camper van here. He hasn't got heating or anything. I can see him in there. Oh man. Jesus. Should have brought my goggles with me, definitely. Yeah, so let's walk to the road and just see if the road is clear or not. Because I heard a snowplow earlier. So I'm just curious to see if they've actually ploughed the road. So I'll bring you back when I get to the road. So I just spoke to that family. Yeah, they camped at Hooker last night in a tent. They'd got a phone call saying that there might be problems getting back out. And they didn't know that the road is all closed. But now they do, I just told them. So they're out of luck. They can't camp, they haven't got a camper van. And they've got no supplies, so they're gonna have to go to the Hermitage Hotel and check in. And probably stay the night or 2 nights, I don't know. Right. Whew. It's hot work walking in this. Oh, it's exhausting walking in deep snow. Woo. I wonder how much more snow we're going to get. Oh. Oh, everything intact. Hasn't settled that much. Oh, excuse me. It's exhausting, it really is. Every step is harder in deep snow. Whew. All right, everybody. I need to recover from that walk. I'm going to sit in the tent. I'm going to chill out. I'm assuming the ranger is going to come by at some point and talk to me and say what's going on. I don't know. But it is beautiful, isn't it? Look at it out here. Friend who's found some crumbs from my pancakes. Maybe someone can tell me what kind of bird that is. I think it's a warbler, no, chaffinch. Oh, I can't tell. A couple of them have been coming by just to check to see what crumbs there are. I'm expecting if a robin came, they'd be all around here, coming right up into the cabin, into the tent. So the sit rep is still snowing. It's still snowing, still coming down. Hasn't stopped at all. I've cleared more snow out the front here with the shovel, and that's starting to cover up again. So I don't know what the situation's going to be. Don't know when they're going to start clearing the road, but I am here all day today and tonight. So yeah, we have another night. I could easily pack up everything now and go and check into the Hermitage and have a room with a shower and everything else. Oh, which leads me to the point of what do you do about keeping clean? Well, I have a big bag of wet wipes, antibacterial, refreshing wet wipes. I always carry those on car camps and wild camps, and that's basically your shower. It's wet wipes. Does a great job, trust me. All right, everyone. I'm just chilling. I'll be having a little bit of lunch, maybe a noodles. But I'll bring you back for more snow later before dinner. There's nothing I can do now. I'm just sitting watching movies and looking at this. This is my view. This is it. I've got the heater on, as you can see. I've bought the spare gas canister in, spare gas tank, my little one there, just in case. And I'm just sitting here watching movies and looking at that. I mean, come on. What's not to like about just sitting here looking at the mountain? Occasionally it clears enough that I can see a bit more. But just watching the snow come down, this is what I love. This is what I love, sitting out in a vestibule. And the fact that I've got heating makes it all so much easier, so much nicer with the heating. It's just toasty. Even though I'm wearing my big thick coat, it is just toasty. Oh, he's back again. All right, everyone, bring you back towards dinner time. And it'll be interesting to see how much snow has fallen by then. In the meantime, you can say goodbye to our little friend here. Hello. There's no food. You're going to have to dig around and see if you can find some crumbs. Oops, scared him. All right, see you in a bit, everyone. He's going to keep coming back, so I won't bother filming him all the time, but he's just loitering. All right, bring you back later. Welcome back, everybody. Sit rep. The time is, what is the time? The time is 1:30 in the afternoon. I just got notification that the road's now open. So I could either stay here
another night and leave in the morning. But to be honest, what's the point? It's just going to be more or less, it's not going to be a major more dump like this, because they wouldn't open the road otherwise. So, and it's meant to drop down to something like -7 tonight. And I don't really fancy doing another night here if I don't have to. If I had to, then fine. But if I don't have to, I'd rather get home, because I did have plans. I had things I had to do anyway. So what I'll do is, I'm going to pack up, get everything in the truck, and then pack the tent down. I'm not going to film me putting everything in the truck because it's going to be back and forth, and it's going to take me too long, and I'm in a hurry now. But I will show you packing down the tent. So first I've got to get everything in the truck, and then I'll bring you back for packing down the tent. Woo. Okay, got everything packed away. Now we've just got to get the tent down. So it's in reverse order. I've got to get the outer off. And I'm not going to bother putting anything back in the bag, because it's all got to go out when I get home to dry off anyway. And just as I do it, it starts chucking down with snow again. But as I said, if I've got the option to go, then I'll go. Main reason is my wife and son, Anne and Brandon, are leaving in 3 days' time to go to Florida. So it would be nice to actually see them before they go. Okay, let's get this thing done. Okay, pegs out. Excuse the arse shot. Whoa. Got a bit limp. She said. The good thing about merino wool gloves is they still stay warm even when they're wet. Woo, that was easy. Honestly, that was really easy. Okay, what we've got to do now is clear the windscreen, start the truck, get it all sorted. Someone sent me this. I have no idea what it is. It says it's a snow machine for the windscreen. They sent it on Amazon, or AliExpress I mean, but I don't know how it actually works. What's that meant to do? Scrape ice off? Let's try it. No. Maybe if you've got a lot of ice, maybe. I'll just stick with this. I guess I could get my snow shovel out and use that, but don't want to damage my windscreen.
Okay, we're good. Now we've got to do is see if we can drive out of here. No problem. Got out, no problem at all. Okay, it's a long drive back to the highway. So I'll bring you back in the truck, on the cameras in there, and let's see how we get on. I'm going to say goodbye to a couple of the people. I won't record that, but we'll record it from going out of the park. I just spoke to the couple that were camped there, and I said, you might want to just get to the edge of the campsite before all hell breaks loose. And I think that's what they're going to do now. I'm just going to say goodbye to these guys here, and then we're off. Right, I just said goodbye to the family there, and now we're on our way. I'm in low ratio just to get out of the campground, that's all, because I bogged down a bit there. So low ratio, which means the diffs are locked. It just gives me a bit more control. I can hear all the snow banging around on the top. It's so heavy. Oh, there's the Ranger. Oh, well, he made it. Oh, and he's got chains on. Don't know where he's gone to. All right, I can probably come out of low ratio now. So I'm going to put it into high ratio. All right, we're good. We're on our way. So current temperature is just -1, 0, just around there. But tonight it's just going to be so cold. It's just not worth it. All right, everybody, I'm going to bring you back once we get onto the main road by the lake, and let's see what we're dealing with. I hope the website wasn't wrong, because if the website's wrong, then the gate will be locked. But I'll bring you back for that. All right, first obstacle is exiting the campground. The gates are closed, but not locked. So I might just be able to drive around them without having to get out. Let's
Let's see. No, I've got to get out. Okay. Right, I've got to get out, open that gate, drive through, and then close the gate again afterwards. Oh, now it's cold out there. Okay. Yeah, the road is clear. Look at that. They've plowed the road. Excellent. That is great news. It's a clear road. Oh. Now I've got to wear my sunglasses even though it's not sunny because you kind of get snow blindness. All right, get onto the road in four-wheel drive. Oh look, there's traffic coming. And then put it into two-wheel drive. All right, we're good to go. And look, there's already all normal cars coming. All right, everybody. I'd say that was a great success. What I'm going to do is bring you back a bit later because I might have to stay somewhere on the way back. It's 3 p.m. now. I wouldn't get back until midnight if I was lucky. Dangerous driving, and I need to get the truck still done, so I'll bring you all back when I've worked out what I'm going to do. But this road looks fine. Look at it. Can't believe they shut it. Okay, they have plowed it, but bring you back, everyone, a bit later. Right, everybody, look at the lake. Look at the lake entrance. That's all covered in snow as well. It wasn't that deep, but tonight this road is going to ice up badly, and I reckon they'll close it again tonight, just because that's what they do. Okay, so sting up. Sorry, gonna get some wind noise on the windscreen here. I've got to get the truck serviced at this spot on the way home. It's about a 5-hour drive from here. So I'm going to go there, stay at a motel for the night, get it serviced tomorrow morning, then after that head home. So thanks again for coming on this one, everybody. What I'll do is I'll bring you back basically tomorrow when I get home to see Bernie and Bolly, and we'll say our goodbyes then. Welcome back, everybody. It's the next day, so we're going to say our goodbyes. It's been a fantastic trip. I am exhausted. That's a lot of driving. I managed to get to Christchurch late last night. The roads were terrible. The roads have been terrible again. Look at the weather. It's chucking down. It's awful. Great trip. So thanks again for coming on this one, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again to all of our YouTube members, everyone who's bought us treats on Buy Me a Coffee, all of the Patreon members, and all of our super thanks, and everyone who's bought merch. Thank you so much. Thank you also to all of our subscribers who give likes and thumbs up, and everyone on our Facebook group and Instagram page that comments over there. That's where the comment sections are now. They're on Facebook, on the Facebook fan page, a fan group, I should say. I have a page and there's a fan group. So thanks again. There will be a post, also a YouTube community post where you can comment as well. So thanks again, everyone, for coming on this trip. I'm going to briefly see Bernie and Bolly when I get back. I haven't seen them now for, I guess, 4 days. So they're going to be super hyper excited, and they'll pee all over the place. It'll be a nightmare. It's chucking with rain, so it's going to be really quick. They've been outside in the, we've got an outdoor kennel and run that they'll have been in this afternoon, and it's just popped out, so I've got to let them out of the kennel. So they're going to be super excited. All right, everyone, thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed this trip. And next time we will be camping, I think, in Buddy the RV with Bernie and Bolly. So keep an eye out for that one. So thanks again, everyone, and bring you back next time on Camping with Tony from AB Camping. Thanks, everyone. See you next time. Hello, my puppies. Hello, my puppies. It's been so long. Hello, my lovelies. Hello, my puppies. Hello. Hello, Bernie. Hello, Bolly. Oh, they're desperate for pee-pees. Desperate to go pee-pees. Go on, go pee-pees. See, they're desperate to do their toilet breaks. Once they've done their pee-pees, we can say goodbye to them. Hello, my Bolly. It's okay. Hello, Bolly. No jumping. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Hello, Bernie. Oh. Hello, my puppies. Hello, my puppies. I know. Hello, my lovely. Hello. Oh, okay. All right, everybody. I'm going to deal with these. Hello, my lovelies. Hello, my baby. Hello, Bolly. Oh. All right. Thanks for coming, everyone. See you next time with the puppies. Shh, Bolly. Bye, everybody.